Yo,
Yo,
what's good?
what's up, man? I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, no, man. You got your shirt off looking like Hulk Hogan, man. You about to flex, man?
It's hot.
How hot is it in New York?
It's like 91 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's New York heat, man. That's different, man. You got that humidity.
Yeah, the humidity was crazy. It's about to be a heat wave this whole week.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
about to
not even
fry,
summer.
man.
It's not even summer yet.
Oh yeah, I gonna be in there baking, man.
What you
Frying
got?
like that.
You had a cold?
Yeah, I got cold, man. Yeah, I'm stuffy, man. I'm stuffy all week.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, but I'm still here, man. Still here, man. Ready to lay it down. Thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, along with my co-host, the Big Bad Booty Daddy. And we
We in the
are,
building.
yes sir, we live, man. We live, man. We got some things to discuss, man. What you want to talk about first? All right, so we got a few topics: Clash of the Castle, WYATT 6, Drew McIntyre quits, and Jay Uso qualifies for the Money in the Bank. Which one you want to talk about
Let's
first?
talk about Crybaby Drew. Let's start with the Crybaby.
Drew crying, man. So I think you think he really quit.
I think he gonna go to TNA.
You think he really quit?
Yeah, my man face hit me with a theory like, yo, he gonna go to TNA and it's gonna be part of the story, but he gonna go there and be like, oh, they treat me better over here, blah blah blah, and then I don't know what happens after that, but I can see that happening now because he's
So
on
you
a
think,
crybaby mode right now.
yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, this would be the illest storyline. This would be the illest thing if Drew McIntyre actually does go to another promotion because he's still under contract with WWE. He resigned,
Yeah,
goes to TNA, does an appearance, right? Does a whole little appearance, right, to make it look official, and then at SummerSlam pops up to challenge CM Punk. I ain't gonna lie, that'll be like the craziest swerve in the storyline. I think it'll be the dopest thing I've ever seen. One of the dopest things WWE has ever done.
yeah, I think so too. That would be
However,
fire.
however, the theory is not far fetched because AJ Styles and Jay, because Jay posted in the chat, AJ Styles and
Yeah, he
Io
going to
Shirai,
Japan.
right? They wrestling for other promotions while under contract with WWE. So that's not
Yeah,
far fetched. It's not far fetched. That'd be crazy though. But I heard it's a work though. I heard it's a work.
and then they got mad TNA dudes that was on NXT last night.
So who was there?
Kazarian. You remember Kazarian, right?
Frankie Kazarian? Yeah, I know Frankie
Yeah,
Kazarian. Yeah.
Kazarian was there. He was one of the final four in the battle royale too.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian. Who else? I gotta watch
Joe,
it.
I think it was Frankie Kazarian, Joe Hendry. I don't know who else showed up, but I know those are the big two. Was Joe Hendry was the big one.
It's not far fetched. That is not far fetched to have Drew McIntyre show up because he was in TNA. They have a working relationship with TNA. Jordan Grace is there. You have TNA workers that came and showed up on NXT. That is
Hmm.
not far fetched. And then to have somebody as big as Drew right now, and again, I have to say this that Drew is pretty hot right now as far as just how he's working his whole heel angle and what he's doing with CM Punk. This is the hottest Drew has ever been, in my opinion.
And then they sent that girl down there to the TNA from
Who
NXT. I forgot her name to challenge Jordan Grace.
on an
I for,
episode of TNA?
yeah, I forgot her name. I think it was at Against All Odds. They just had a pay per view this weekend. I didn't even know they did.
And she was in the pay-per-view?
Hmm. Yo, they
Mm.
making Moose look like a better champion than AEW makes Swerve look. Yo, TNA make Moose look like they about to give him a Roman reign. I think they about to give him a long title reign, bro.
He's had the belt for about 8 months.
Damn, it's been 8 months already.
8 months. And this is his like first official TNA title reign, so to speak.
Yeah, and
Official.
then his faction got all the gold right now too.
So he has the heavyweight title. He has a tag team that he's teamed with.
Hmm.
But
And then
who? But
the girl got a belt too. Not the
she
women's. I don't know if that's the TNA women's title, knockout title though. I don't know what belt she got.
Is it?
I mean, it's definitely not the knockout title. That's what I meant to say.
It's a TNA title.
I don't know what it is. She's holding the belt. I don't know if it was from another promotion.
So the only belt they don't have is the X Division title.
Yeah, the X Division and the digital media. And I don't know if they got a hardcore title. I don't
The
think they do.
Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
The digital media, title. Top Dollar got that.
Who's holler?
Nobody, man.
Not a top dollar.
It's my guy. He's coming in. He's coming to New York in August. I'm definitely gonna go to that show.
It'd be crazy if Top Dollar go to NXT.
Yo, you know what I think? I don't think no former. I think they just allowing the new blood.
For what?
Like people that never been to WWE, they allowing to come down.
Moose was asking Jordan Grace. I heard the conversation when Moose had the conversation when Moose was interviewed with somebody, and he was saying that he was talking to Jordan Grace, like, well, put me on. Like, why you ain't telling me about this whole connection you got with Triple H and WWE and you making these appearances? He was like, put me on, man. I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a part of it.
I'm not gonna lie though, if Drew do go over there, him and Moose would be fire. As much as I don't like Moose, him and Moose would be fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, for real. Austin Garrett said, "Hey, hi everyone. What's up, Austin?
What's going on?"
He said, will Randy Orton face against Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship?
Yeah, we gotta talk about that after that later. How the way he was looking at that belt at Castle, like he called a flashback.
Yeah, that was very interesting. But we'll get to that. Yeah, Clash of the Castle. But yeah, Drew. Yeah, I don't think Drew quit. I think it's a work. I think he going. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna eventually pop up at SummerSlam, somehow work his way in some kind of a storyline or some kind of angle where he's gonna screw CM Punk over for something. But it has to be where CM Punk is involved in something heavy.
You think CM Punk will go to TNA and have screw Drew again? That would be fire. If Drew went to TNA, like story-wise, he went over there to challenge Moose and shit.
Yeah.
And CM Punk went over there to screw him again. That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy, crazy, crazy mix. But yeah, just for instance, like if Drew went over there, he was in TNA, challenges Moose for the title, and CM Punk comes out of nowhere and screws him again.
That would be crazy, yo.
That would be crazy. That would be super funny. I'll laugh. That would be hilarious.
And that would have to bring him back to challenge at SummerSlam. Like, yo, now he definitely got to come back and challenge Punk now at SummerSlam.
Word. I'll be honest with you. A storyline like that would definitely eclipse what everybody else is doing. That would definitely eclipse everything everybody else is doing. Like, as much as I care about Cody, as much as I care about Jay trying to win the Money in the Bank, as much as I care about Gunther, beating winning in my opinion, wanting Gunther to win the World Championship or Gunther beating Damian Priest at SummerSlam, I definitely think that would eclipse everything that's happening right now. The WYATT 6, even that storyline, I'd be like, that's a big story, but for Drew to go to a TNA, challenge Moose, have like a world title match at a pay-per-view, at the next pay-per-view, and then CM Punk come out of nowhere and screw that nigga up. That'd be funny, yo. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be crazy, yo.
But CM Punk was right. He said, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. He said, I'm gonna devote my time into making your life a living hell.
And that's what he's doing.
That's exactly.
I knew he was gonna come out, but I didn't think he was gonna come out dressed as a referee. That was crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I wasn't really that invested in the match to, mentally to really just kind of sit there and think about all the possibilities, because I do a lot of deductive reasoning. A lot of times when I come up with my personal predictions about certain things, and I didn't kind of really go that deep into thinking about it. But, to be honest with you, that was a good a good decision and a good creative choice to do that, like to further the storyline with him and CM Punk. And it makes sense because one, if the whole point is to have Gunther take the title off of Damian Priest, at a certain time, it's like how can we make Damian Priest still look legitimate, but at the same time not take away from his build, and at the same time make Drew McIntyre still look legitimate, but not take away from his build. We have
Yeah,
an interference, and I noticed that that's what a lot of what Triple H has been doing creatively is, when it comes to certain characters, he's really protective of them. He hasn't been as protective as Jay Uso as of lately, but Jay Uso is so crazy. It's like he needs the protection right now because he needs to start winning more.
uh-huh.
But they need to give him bigger victories to make him more valuable and make him more of a believable main event star. Like he needs to beat Drew in a match without any interference.
He
He
didn't
needs,
beat Drew yet.
he didn't beat Drew, yo. He has not beaten Drew. He has not had a major win over a major superstar yet,
Well, he pinned Finn Balor.
except for except for Roman
He pinned Finn Balor on Raw.
and right Finn Balor. Um, Finn, I think he beat Sami Zayn.
He beat Solo.
He beat Solo. He beat Solo.
He
That
never
was
beat
it.
Seth though.
I mean, but Solo is. I'm talking, but I mean like the guys, like guys who are like like AJ Styles,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Drew McIntyre, like characters who are protected. Cody Rhodes, um, who else is protected? Gunther, um,
Gunther
like
gonna be
those.
protected for a long time too.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
expect
even
him to
think
like
I don't even think he gonna lose by pinfall at SummerSlam.
who Gunther.
Gunther.
If he
Yeah,
lose,
it's gonna be disqualification.
yeah, if he lose, it probably be disqualification. I don't think he should lose though. I don't think I don't think Damian Priest should beat him. Period.
I think it's too soon, man. I want Gunther to win, but I don't want them to rush that shit. And then they
Well,
don't have nothing for him.
but they have to. I mean, all right. So I mean, but all right. If it's too soon for Gunther, my question is right. This is my question to you, right? If it's too soon for Gunther, you're okay with Damian Priest holding on to the title?
Yeah, until Finn Balor. I want Finn to be champion more than Gunther. Finn deserves it. That Universal title, they didn't pay him back. They gave him the NXT championship as a thank you. Like, yo, here.
Who?
You feel me?
Yeah, they did. No, they did. They did. They did the same. Yeah, they did.
And ain't nothing wrong with being NXT champion, but that's effing Finn Balor, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel
Jessica
me?
C
Like,
said, "Hey, yo, what up? What up, Jessica?"
you know what I'm saying? What up, man? Listen, that gotta be like a reward. Like, yo, we know everything didn't work out a couple years ago due to your little shoulder injury.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vince was in control.
Mhm.
This is my apology. I'm gonna give you a little 6-month title reign and something till Mania.
Hmm. But that should have. But that should have went to Finn. That's
That,
why I feel like it should have went to Finn. It was like Damian Priest, like.
yeah, but what would have defended? It would have made Priest the babyface out of the situation, and he would have ended up beating Finn. I'd rather Finn be the babyface.
But I don't. But my thing is, if Finn would have won the briefcase and would have stole WrestleMania from Drew McIntyre, right? Um, I don't think they would have made. I think they could have still made a storyline where him and Damian Priest get into a feud, but not in the sense where Damian Priest would win over Finn, but somebody else would take the belt off of Finn. Like Damian Priest doesn't have to take the title off of Finn Balor if he
Yeah,
won the title. Like he don't have to. Like they could just say, okay, Finn Balor's the world champion. He's holding on to the belt until like Mania or SummerSlam. He goes up against Gunther. Damian Priest is jealous. He interferes, something like that. Breaks up Judgment Day by costing Finn Balor the title. Then they go into Damian and Balor feud. Like that would have made more sense. I mean, they could do that, but they don't have to put the belt on Damien. I don't even know why the belt is on Damien. I'm so confused by it. But, it's like whatever.
No, Triple H gonna take care of his.
He is. And for some reason, and the truth of the matter is, not some reason, but I think it was very well known or very well seen, like in NXT, that Damian Priest was definitely one of his, especially when he put the North American title on him and how he celebrated in that jacuzzi. He was sitting there with the girls looking like an intro to a porn, to a Bradford's video. I was like, yo, somebody on Facebook, I don't know, I think somebody on Facebook put like Brazzers. They took a picture of that scene where he's in the hotel with the girls and just put the Brazzers logo underneath. And I was just like, yo, this looks just like they about to start a seed, man. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, man. I personally think that yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with Priest and Finn. But
I
they
know it's
may,
gonna get violent.
I mean, more than likely, but they will make a good feud because they feud before in NXT and they had a good feud.
They did?
Yeah, they feuded in NXT. Yep.
What, when
And
Kyle O'Reilly was there?
yeah.
I
That's
didn't
when
know
Finn
that.
was on his run. And Finn
Oh,
won the
that's when
feud.
Finn was going through it. That's when he was just like causing havoc on NXT, right? And we
Yeah.
didn't know he was a baby face or a heel.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the Finn Balor I want. Give me that Finn Balor on NXT. Give me that Finn Balor. That same Finn Balor just did what he wanted. Whenever he went, he was just there to win and do his thing, and that was it. Like, that's the Finn Balor I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, once they market him that way, it's just like it's gonna be game over. But I honestly feel like if they do Bullet Club, it'd just be a whole nother beast. But they can't. I mean, they could do it. They could take it up another notch. But the truth of the matter is, they got a lot of clutter on the main roster. They got to work out though. On the other hand,
How
so
you, they do Bullet Club without the Tongas?
they could do the Bullet Club without the Tongas.
That would be trash.
Yeah, I mean, you got Cody, AJ, and the Good Brothers, and Finn, and that's what it's Cody, Finn, the Good Brothers, and AJ. 5 members. If you just got those 5 members in Bullet Club, I mean, really, come on, man, you can't miss with that.
Cody, AJ,
Cody,
Finn,
AJ, Finn,
Finn
and the Good
and
Brothers.
the good brother. I forgot about them.
You can't miss with that. Now
I forgot
imagine
about the
that.
good brother.
Now imagine that. Imagine them going against the Bloodline at War Games.
Which bloodline though? Solo?
Roman, Solo, the Usos,
And Jacob?
and Jacob, or one of the Tungas.
He'll have to be Jacob.
They said Jacob's supposed to be coming soon. You were saying that too.
He's supposed to come back
I
with
when
Roman
you
now.
said it, I was just like, I don't know. I said I don't know. But then when they started, then I remember when you started talking about it months ago. You was like, yeah, you said I think they're gonna. You said there's rumors of them adding more members to the Bloodline, and I read an article that said the same thing. And I was like, are they really gonna do this? Are they really gonna go through with it? And I was thinking, I was like, maybe they're gonna just end it after Roman is entitled to Cody. But when
Yeah.
they brought in Tunga, I was like, oh no, this is true. They're really gonna go through with it. They're gonna put their foot on the gas on this one. So they really did. They really invested into it. And the rumor is that Jacob is coming
Yeah, he's supposed to come back with Roman. They was
with
gonna put
Roman.
him with, yeah, they was gonna put him with Solo,
They
but
shouldn't do that.
they felt like he was gonna outshine Solo. But he's gonna come back as Roman's new right hand man. I was on TikTok with somebody from his from Zilla's and Jacob's camp. He does
Mm-hmm.
their editing on their videos. And
Yeah.
he's saying Jacob been signed since Rumble.
Wow. Okay.
He said they got the call during Royal Rumble. Like they was at the hotel watching Rumble, I guess, or at the Rumble, or after the Rumble, they got the call. He didn't say who called though, but he said it wasn't The Rock.
Oh, they trying to make this big then.
Yeah, and the Hikaleo's supposed to show up too now. Hikaleo was seen training in NXT over the weekend.
So Survivor Series is November.
Yeah, so that would be How many people in the bloodline? 4 now. Yeah. So it would be Jacob, Roman, and
Mm-hmm.
Usos against Hikuleo, God basically, and Solo. Yeah, basically the whole God, the Firing Squad from Bullet Club, basically.
They said Roman supposed to be out for a minute though.
Roman supposed to come back in Toronto. That's what somebody that movie is done. He's done with the movie.
What movie you shooting?
He shot some big movie with a lot of stars in it. Something to
Okay.
do with some money heist with Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Well,
could be wrong, but I think Ben Stiller or Eddie Murphy's in it. One of them.
as long as it's not another Fast and Furious movie, I'm good.
Yeah, it's not. It's not Fast and Furious 27. It's not.
did you did you watch the last one?
Yeah, I like the last one actually. I'm
The
not gonna
last
lie
one
to
was,
you.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't
Besides
bad.
all the
The stunts. Them stunts is
Fugazi,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fugazi that was involved. You know what I'm saying? Like was Vin Diesel getting shot at, and he just like kicking up a car door and grabbing it like a Captain
Yeah.
American
Yeah.
shield and just walk like out of
And
here.
then the end, how it ended, I'm
Uh,
like, yo, he gotta be dead. Him and his son better be dead the way it ended. There's no
who
way.
Vin Diesel and his son?
Yeah, they better be dead next time.
Vin Diesel got superpowers in his movies, man. This guy, this guy he can survive anything, man. This guy can take a bullet to the head and get back up and be like,
Yeah, how you know person I know get hit with a metal wrench and just shakes it off. Like
right, shake it off. Like, remember that? Yo, one of my coworkers reminded me of a scene where he was on a roof and I think he was being chased by
the
forgot
Rock.
who it was. The Rock, right? Yeah, and he stomps the concrete. Like
Yeah.
the roof was I'm sorry, the floor was breaking, and he stomped on it and just continued. And I'm like, oh, come on, man, come on, man. Slow, what up, Slow? Yeah, I was like, yo, man, this is ridiculous, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I think Drew is working. I think it's a work. Um, Clash of the Castle. You want to talk about Clash of the Castle?
I'm trying to remember anything. Oh, we could talk about the upsets. That women's tag title. That was crazy. I was not expecting that.
Not expecting it, yo.
42 days reign.
40, yo. I
Oh,
did
they gonna
not.
break them up already? I thought we was gonna wait for Mania for that. Mania season for Bianca versus Jade.
I think they may. I think he may.
Jade's winning that briefcase.
You don't think it's too soon for her?
They're not gonna let her cash it in now, but next year Mania.
I mean, I guess so.
Let her cash in on Bianca. Give Bianca her moment because they probably gonna have Bianca versus Charlotte next year. That's the only horsewoman she ain't face at Mania. Have Bianca? Oh wait, she ain't face Bailey at Mania neither. I don't think. Right? Oh no, she did in that 6 minute. That don't count though, right?
Bailey in another match. Oh god.
But it looked like it might be Bianca versus Charlotte at Mania next year for Vegas.
That that would be a great match. That's a match I love to see. That would be a good one. But that would be dope though to have Bianca go against Charlotte, go over on Charlotte, and then Jay cash in on her. But I thought the feud was going to be something like they hold on to the tag belts for like a lengthy period of time leading up to Mania season, which is like January, and then that's when they start to like go into their descent of breaking up. That's what I thought it was going to
We
be.
thought it was like going to be over like a little jealousy thing. I thought it would be like they had the titles, go into Money in the Bank, and one of them did something to one of them in the match that prevented them from winning, but neither of them win. But I don't think they need a title between them at Mania because that's just epic alone.
It is. No, that is true. They don't need a title, but they do need a good story in order to.
Yeah, they need a good
to that
story.
point.
It got to be some jealousy type stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if it wasn't for you, I would have been already. You keep holding me. I can see Jade saying like, "Oh, you keep holding me back. You keep telling me to be patient." Stuff like that. Like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing." Type like that. Like, you know who I am. You know what I did in AEW. I was the Cartoon Network champion for 378 days.
You keep holding me back.
I'm the longest reigning Cartoon Network champion ever.
You keep telling me I'm not that good in the ring. You keep telling me I need to be a better actor on the mic. You need to stop telling me that I need to be better.
I'm the
Like,
longest reigning Cartoon Network champion ever. You know who I am?
yeah, I can see it. I can see them getting into that kind of like bickering. That's possible, but I'm just curious, like how they're going to work in this whole story between the two.
I guess they
But
get a rematch and they lose again,
yeah,
and then Money in
right,
the Bank comes up.
or that constant frustration of them staying as a tag team, winning the titles, losing the titles, or and then but they would have to do it gracefully, like where they stay as a tag team, they kind of work it a little bit, right, and then say they win the titles again, right,
Mm-hmm.
but then they hold it for like another 2 months, and then they get the whole they go through the whole situation where something happens and they lose the titles again, and it's just like that frustration starts to set in, like like that's when they can start that. Okay.
Jay got pinned at Castle, right?
Was it Jade?
And they was holding Bianca back. Remember? I think
I'm trying to.
Bianca was being held back. Alba Fire pinned Jade. I think.
I think so. I don't remember. I don't think because it was a triple threat.
Yeah, it was triple threat, but I don't remember Shayna or.
No, Shayna got pinned.
It was.
Yeah, Shayna got pinned. Shayna
Because
got
I know
pinned.
they was
Yep.
holding Bianca back. I know the Alba
Yeah,
Fire.
Shayna. None of the girls got pinned.
I hope they
Jade
didn't
or
just get him this title shot, and then on Friday they give it back to Jade and Bianca because they was in Scotland. They just wanted they couldn't have all the Scottish people lose. I hope they didn't do it because of that.
Right. Yeah, that'll be ridiculous. I'm like, for all that, you could have, in my opinion, you should have gave the belt to Piper Niven,
I told
which
you,
would have been
yeah.
fresh. I'm not saying that I'm a Piper Niven fan. Just saying you could have gave it to Piper Niven because I would prefer to see it on Piper Niven than Bailey. Somebody new than Bailey. I don't even know why Bailey got the belt. I'm like, in my opinion, if I was to choose between Bailey or Becky, I'd probably choose Becky.
Nah, I'm choosing Bailey because of that
At
ass.
least Becky had something. You know what I'm saying? But Bailey, I'm just kind of like, why?
Bailey got something.
What? Don't
Them
tell me that
cakes.
corny. Don't tell me that terrible damage control storyline
Nah,
because
them
that was
cakes.
terrible.
Them cakes.
Them cakes. Oh, she do got the cakes,
Mm-hmm.
but she need to, she need to hit some more, some squats. Tighten them
Yeah,
cheeks up.
it started turning to Krabby Patties back there.
Yeah. She need to tighten them cheeks up. Tighten them cheeks. But I mean, but that damage control storyline was terrible.
Which one?
Trash.
The whole thing? Everything about it?
Did you like it?
I don't like Bailey as a heel.
I mean, but I
Outside
mean,
of her and
all right, come on,
Sasha Banks.
like when you watch that whole damage control storyline, right, and
Yeah.
how these women wrestlers that were, in my opinion, lackluster. The only one out of all of the damage control that really had some like real potential to be something great, in my opinion, until this day, still is Io Shirai. Like great in the ring, she has potential to do something different, right? DJ FaZe, you need to chill. I don't know.
I like Dakota over Io.
Yeah. Oh, Dakota and whatchamacallit dating and Shayna dating. That's a rumor. I don't know.
Shane McMahon.
Shayna
Oh,
Baszler.
I didn't know she swung that way.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I didn't know Shayna was swung that way to you.
I know Tony do. I know Tony's like Tony go both ways.
Tony who?
Storm.
Oh yeah, she goes all three ways.
He's a three. He's a third way. It was a third way. That was a third way. It was three ways. I thought it was only two.
Yeah, she's a freak.
The third way gets you locked up. I don't know, man. There's only two ways. The third way, the third way gets you locked up. Put you right in cuffs.
She white, man. She get away with that.
Yeah. Them teachers go the third way and they getting locked up now. White teachers, they getting locked up. They going that third way. You need to chill, you need to relax. Tony, Stallone said facts. Stallone said facts. DJ FaZe says, he said, nah, Tony Khan. Nah, man. Yeah, man. But shoot.
I was mad Castle didn't have no Jay Uso.
Yeah, I was mad too. But I thought you ain't like the Yeet, man. Are you down with the Yeet?
Yeah, I started liking now.
Go Yeet, man. The
After
Yeet.
backlash, I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
tell you why I like. I'm gonna tell you why I like it so much. Reason why I like it so much is because the thing, right? One of the things that I definitely like is the fact that it's the popularity of black culture, like how far it reaches, man.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
a like a word that word starts somewhere in the South, then all of a sudden it makes it all the way up on in WWE, and now it's a popular phrase. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And you
When
got
it was
somebody,
when it died too, because nobody was using that.
yeah, nobody was using Yeet.
He
Right.
made it relevant again.
Way relevant. And Yeet, nobody used Yeet in like what 8 years?
There's a rapper named Yeet.
Yeah, yeah, he's yeah, but yeah, yeah. I heard his music. His beats are
Right.
fire,
His beats is fire.
but he sound like Young Thug. I mean,
Yeah,
he sound like Young Thug. I heard the song he did with Drake.
fire.
Drake verse was fire. The beat was fire. He sound like Young. I thought he sound like Young Thug. Like if you listen to it, you would think it's Young Thug.
He sound like Playboy Cardi to me.
For real. Playboy. I mean, Playboy Cardi don't rap that much. Playboy Cardi like uses a lot of space in his words.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
you
know
know,
what he does.
he just phrases. And yeah, he's not that. I mean, he just got a lot. He got a bunch of dope beats,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you know, lyrics. I don't know about the lyrics, but the beats fire. But yeah, he made that word yeet relevant again, and to see how far like the word like the culture has gone, like how far black culture goes, like it was so crazy to me, like when we used to have words in New York, and then you see a celebrity use them, it's just like yo wow, like
Like Lil Wayne used to use a lot of New York slang on his when he was doing that drought mixtape stuff.
yeah, because he started with
He
he
started
was with
hanging with Jewels.
yeah Jewels, he was with Gilly.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's with Gilly because because Philly, that Philly swag, like Philly got a lot of their swag from New York until they got their own swag, and then they had they got their own swag till they got their own swag, and then he was with Gilly, then he went from Gilly to being with Jewels and Jim Jones and
yeah.
hanging with them, and they were
I'm hanging with Diddy.
the three amigos. You don't want to be with Diddy. You know what happened when you hang with Diddy? Diddy do it? You're gonna go down with Diddy. Yeah, man. But yeah, shoot. But yeah,
What else?
man.
What else
Clash of
happened
the
at
Castle.
Clash?
Yeah, but
Clash
Clash of the
wasn't.
Castle. But yeah, but Jey Uso, I'm surprised he wasn't there either. What happened at Clash? Did you watch the AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes match?
Yeah, that was
No.
good.
Oh, you watched it because you don't
Yeah,
like Cody, so I'm surprised you watched it.
I watch his matches. I don't gotta like. I'm not gonna skip past. He's a good wrestler.
Why do you hate Cody so much?
I just don't like him when he starts talking. It's just like, all right, buddy. But I feel like I don't like wrestlers. I feel like I could beat up. They talk tough on the mic.
All right, so because you're like 2 for 2 with cancers right now.
Wow, who's the second one?
Bret Hart.
Man, yo,
You're 2 for 2 with cancers right now. Brett and Cody. I'm like, yo, Brett and Cody? Like, you like Brett and Cody?
man, Bret Hart, man. I don't like the shit he just said about Triple H this week, man. That's some real hating shit.
Who, Bret Hart?
Yeah.
What he say?
He says that WWE gonna go out of business with Triple H being in control because he said Triple H doesn't have not one creative bone in his body. He never did, never will. He said, I don't know. He said Triple H is not coming up with none of the ideas that's being brought up right now. He said Triple H, when he was a wrestler, he didn't have no ideas. He said, what makes you think he got ideas now? That's why I'd be like, F him, man.
Yo, man.
Goldberg really messed him up.
Yo, that kick to the head really turned him into a whole nother man, yo. He
Man,
lost his whole identity.
And then he went from that to talking about, we just jumped right back into,
The Goldberg?
Goldberg's the
back
reason
on Goldberg
why
again.
And speaking of Triple H, Goldberg kicked me in the head. And that's why WCW.
Yo, he's applying all kinds of pressure on Goldberg. He's not letting up.
Yo, I don't know what kind of apology he want from Goldberg. Goldberg apologized to the dude, bro. It's not like Goldberg didn't. He said, "Yo, what more do you want me to say? I told you to watch out for the kick." You said, huh?
I want your soul, mother effer.
Like, I don't know what he want. He want his pension? Like,
He well, so all right, so Bree said, not House being a Cody hater. Like, what the hell? She's like, oh, she's surprised you're a Cody hater. But yeah, he don't like Cody. But no, oh yeah, so Jay posted. Remember Jay sent the video in the post in the group where he said the kick that Goldberg gave him, the concussion that Goldberg gave him, cost him. He said 16 million. Was it 16?
that WCW was paying him?
Yeah,
What? That is crazy.
yeah. He said it cost him 16 million
So
out
how
of
much
his
Hogan was
contract.
getting?
Hogan ain't got to work again. Hogan just worked because he felt like it. Hogan worked because Hogan, bro. Hogan when he signed with WCW. This is what I know.
It was a 10-year deal, right?
It was a 10-year deal, but he renegotiated his contract. But when he initially signed, so when he left Vince and he said he was going to retire, he told Vince he's not going to retire. He's not going to sign another promotion. He's going to stay retired. Vince let him sign out of his contract and let him sign out of his contract, meaning he signed out and gave him whatever money he was going to give him for the days he was supposed to work in that calendar on a contract, right? So if he's supposed to work like another year, Vince is like, all right, I'm gonna pay you for that time and everything, and you good. You know what I'm saying? For everything you did, you good. Vince signed him out. He left. Hogan was retired for like 2 years or like a year, 2 years. And whatchamacallit said, yo, what's the guy name?
Who, Bischoff?
Ted Turner.
Oh.
Ted Turner was like, yo, come work with us. And he was like, yo, you can work. He said, you don't have wrestle. He said, you don't have to wrestle as many days. You have to work as many pay-per-views. He said, and I'm gonna pay you $3 million. And that was like the highest any wrestler's ever gotten.
Yeah, that's like 1994. Yeah, hell yeah.
So when they started making bread, you imagine what he was getting.
So you think he renegotiated his contract when he turned heel?
Oh yeah, he renegotiated because he was getting paid.
And just got paid more?
He was the highest paid wrestler in WCW. He was the highest paid wrestler. He got paid more. He was getting paid more. Hogan was making bread.
If Brett was getting 16, you tell me Hogan had to be getting like 20, 25?
Yeah. He said 6, but I think Brett meant 16 in the sense of, because what I understand was that when Brett signed with Ted Turner, it was about $5 million. It was like $5 million for like the signing for the length of the contract, and the contract was like 3 years or something. And he said, "I'm gonna give you $5 million," something like that. And then Brett turned to Vince and was like, "Yo, they gonna give me $5 million or something like that."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that from that documentary. And Vince couldn't match it. It was like 20 years, $5 million. I'm like, damn, that's Death Row contract.
Word, I got you, DJ Faze. DJ Faze put the number up. He said Bret Hart was talking dirty. Talking dirty and Goldberg.
Yeah, I seen that. You didn't see that clip? Yo, he going in on Goldberg.
Yo, I'm gonna watch it,
bro. The whole thing, like he just talking regular and then just bring up Goldberg, like.
Oh, so 16 mil was the whole contract. So all right, so then my number's wrong.
Yeah, they shit on Goldberg on that documentary. Even they talk about, remember that night when he had them 2 matches in one night when he had to face Hogan. He fought Hall first.
Yeah.
Yo, they said he was in the ring and after he gave Scott Hall that first hip toss, he looked at Scott Hall and Scott Hall looked at him. He said, "Yo, I don't even know what I'm in here doing right now."
That's what Goldberg said?
Yeah, he said that to Scott Hall. They had to Scott Hall freestyle that whole match.
Wow.
Well, I wish Scott Hall was alive, man, to tell that. Kevin Nash was telling the story.
Wow. So this was like when they were doing the whole New Blood thing, right?
Nah, this is when Goldberg beat Hogan that night for the title. The first time. In Atlanta, when they had that big show in the Georgia Dome, it was like 60,000 people for Nitro.
So this is after he beat him for the title.
The same night, he had to face Hall to get the match. He had to beat
Hall. Okay. Oh, to fight Hogan that night. Oh, yeah. Okay. What?
Word. He said he looked at Scott Hall. He said himself out of his mouth, Goldberg. He's like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing.
So Scott Hall had to call everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why they say Goldberg can't wrestle.
Yeah.
He still wrestle. He had good matches. I don't know why people say he had bad matches. His matches in WCW was pretty good.
They just said he couldn't. He just didn't know what he was out there doing. They was calling him like a what's the word they use for cavemen?
Neanderthal.
Yeah, Neanderthal. Yeah.
Unga bunga.
That's why I wish Hall was. I wish they would have did this documentary when Hall was alive and sober, yo.
Wow.
Because Scott Hall plays a big factor, and then I don't even see X-Pac on there. Like, why X-Pac not on there?
Because he always drunk.
Yeah, that's a good story to tell.
Why you drunk?
Yeah,
like Brooklyn
I
Brawler?
I was getting drunk because I wasn't on TV. Shit.
Like the Brooklyn Brawler dude always getting saucy.
Like, I want to know why Sting's not on his documentary. There's no Ric Flair.
Yo, I feel like my thing about Sting is one of those guys, like, he's seen a lot and he just don't say a lot.
That was crazy too.
Sting's seen a lot, but he don't say a lot. He just does what he needs to do and make sure he's making his paper and keeping his legacy alive, and he keeps it moving. But Sting is not one of those guys who's going to tell you everything that's happening, tell you everybody business. He's never been that kind of guy. Even Flair was like that. But Flair, it's like Flair, you had to really ask Flair to get Flair to that point. But Flair was never really that kind of guy that really, a lot of them guys really kind of wasn't really like that. It's only the ones who kind of really didn't get what they thought was like a fair shake that really just opened up and feel some kind of way, or unless they were really just social, or they just kind of was bitter about what happened to them, like in the likes of Goldberg. Because not Goldberg, Bret Hart, but Bret Hart.
And then there was a lot of things. Do you remember when Hogan started that faction with him? Sting,
oh yeah.
What was it called? The Funky Bunch or something like that?
FUMB?
Yeah, and then they had a feud with Billy Kidman. Like, what? Hogan versus Kidman?
Well, the reason why he had that feud with Kidman because he thought Kidman was the future and Kidman had potential, but Kidman definitely did have potential.
No, he did. He did. Don't get me wrong. I love Billy Kidman. Like, that was one of my favorite cruiserweights. Him, Hoovertube,
truth be told, Billy Kidman was like the equivalent to like Jeff Hardy.
I think he worked for the E. I think he I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but he was like in my
he could have been. He could have been that Jeff Hardy. That's a fact.
Yeah, because that's who he like when I look at Jeff Hardy, I'm like that's who Billy Kidman reminds me of, because that's how Jeff Hardy was. Like, that's how Kidman was. He was like that young dude who had tremendous talent in the ring, and it was just like, yo, you just got to watch him.
In a way that ahead of his time, Kidman. If Kidman had an X division, Kidman would be beast.
Yeah. Nat, what's that? Faye says.
That part was crazy too. Yeah.
How he told Goldberg a move to finish the match, and Nat said Goldberg doing the spear for real. And
he wasn't doing that fake tackle shit. He was really out there spearing. They was talking about that.
Oh, so he was really smashing him like that. Pause.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like when he hit Bam Bam Bigelow that one time. Rest in peace. Yeah, that was real, bro.
Oh, so he's really hitting people with the spear.
And when he hit Rock on the Rock's concert, and like Rock was selling. Nah, Rock wasn't selling.
He's really hitting them.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it looked real.
Right. Rock didn't do no rematch with Goldberg after that.
He definitely didn't. But they always said that there were certain wrestlers who were stiff. But I guess that's why Brett said what he said to Goldberg. Don't hurt me.
Yeah. Please don't hurt me. Don't go out. Please don't hurt me.
And he said, and what does he do?
Yo, the name calling on him and Goldberg, the back and forth between him and Goldberg in that documentary is hilarious, bro.
After we in this, I'm going to go watch it on YouTube. Gotta see this. Gotta see it. Yo,
they asked Brett, they like, so what do you think? When did the downfall of WCW start? When Goldberg kicked me in my head.
When they signed Goldberg.
He got mad at everybody. He said, everybody sucked. He said, I don't give a damn. He said, that place was miserable. Nobody there. I didn't like nobody over there. He said, I didn't like no. They was all idiots. He said they all were idiots. He blaming everybody for that Goldberg kick.
God. Yo, he gotta let you know the thing is, I'm sorry because I know we kind of like going off topic, but I just think it's just fun to talk about. But you know, um, it's just like yo, Brett, bro, you gotta let it go, man. Like, no, I can understand. I can understand Brett. My thing is, I can understand Brett's anger, his bitterness, 100%, bro. 16 mil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's retirement money. You know what I'm saying?
back
Yeah,
then, yeah.
and he was older,
And
and
he's
he
like
was
43 too.
right, and he was going into that age. So it was like, yo, that 16 mil would have did him well. You know what I'm saying? Especially retiring, with that kind of money in the bank and taking care of him and his family and wrestling for all those years because he wasn't making that kind of money with Vince. You know what
And
I'm
he
saying?
wouldn't
But
have to
then
have no Legends deal right now. He could have been home chilling. Like
chilling, right?
That's a
Yeah,
Legends deal.
facts. And then who knows where WCW would have been if Brett was still wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have probably changed things. It could have changed things. But but the other thing is that it's like, dude, you gotta let it go, man. Like, yo, that's what happened. He apologized. He wasn't intentional about it. And then it's like he just blames him. And he's like, yo, he said, I lost 16 mil because of the guy. 16 mil. So so back to what we were saying before. If Brett was getting paid 16 mil for
Mm-hmm.
his contract, Hogan was probably getting like 20, 30 mil.
That's crazy to
Easy.
drop just to drop a leg
Easy.
drop.
Just a drop of easy.
I'm saying,
Easy.
brother.
Because I mean, yo, dude, like you revived the company. Yo, not even revived the company. You put the company in a whole nother stratosphere it wasn't even in. Like this was WWE, this was WCW. That NWO thing happened. This was WCW at one point, and then all of a sudden, WCW and WWE is like this until everything just didn't. The quality just started.
Until Austin stunned McMahon. That's what Nash said. He said that's when everything changed.
He said when Austin stunned McMahon.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
He said Kevin Sullivan was backstage and he said he looked at him and he said, "Yup, you ready?" He said, "You ready to go down with the ship? You ready to go down with the ship?"
But you know what's funny though? This is the funniest thing. The corporation came from the NWO. That
Think
whole
so?
idea. Yeah. Remember, like Vince McMahon wasn't getting involved with the wrestlers until Bischoff was getting involved with the wrestlers, right?
So
Nobody.
Bischoff wasn't getting physical.
Yeah, he wasn't getting physical. You know what I'm saying? So Bishop, like when that whole NWO thing started, but then you had like when Vince started getting more involved with Austin after like when that whole corporation thing happened.
Well,
But
he
I
got
think
stunned before the corporation. It
yeah,
was
he
no
did. I'm sorry,
corporation.
I'm bugging. He did get
Austin,
stunned
that's
before
when
the
Austin was
corporation.
going crazy because they had that neck injury from Owen and they didn't want him to wrestle. And he was coming out stunning everybody. The whole every match, he was coming down stunning people.
Wait, hold on a second. So, but because I know because the NWO did the NWO happened before WrestleMania happened before that whole situation between
Brett and Sean.
yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
NWO
Oh, yeah.
started Bash at the Beach '96.
Yeah. Right. 96. Right. Right. So it did. Yeah. So when you seen Bischoff more involved, somebody who's a high executive, somebody from the higher ups that's from the backstage being involved with the wrestlers, that's when you see Vince being more involved in storylines, and now he's involved.
Yeah, FaZe. They said that he was the one telling, they said Kevin Sullivan was the one telling Vince what WCW was planning, like so Vince would have the one up on him. They said Kevin because he knew. Yeah, they said he's one of they think he was one of the whatever the worms.
Moles.
Yeah, the moles. Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan, and look what happened. Did he got a job with WWE? Nope.
No.
Did all that. He did all that selling out.
They believe
to have
him,
no
but
job.
I don't think it was him though. I think it was Bischoff.
That was telling all that information.
Yeah, because he knew the ship was going down. Once Vince Russo came.
Oh, Vince Russo. In my opinion, Vince Russo was what made the product terrible.
No, I think I see what he was trying to do, like bring up the young. He was doing what Triple H is doing now.
Right, but he did it wrong.
He put everybody in main events, and we didn't know who these guys was. Like Sean O'Hare, don't get me wrong, Sean O'Hare had the look, and he could wrestle in the ring.
Right, but you needed somebody who was seasoned to give him that credibility to be in that spotlight.
You were just throwing the new blood right into the mix with Goldberg and Nash and everybody, like right out of the gate. Like I didn't give them the little Nexus run, like had them come.
With Goldberg, he went through the ring. with Diamond Dallas Page, he went through the ranks. Everybody knew who Booker T was. Like everybody knew who Harlem Heat was. That was a no-brainer. So when they put Booker T in the main event, it was just like, yeah, we know who Booker T is. When they put Scott Steiner in the main event, we know who Scott Steiner is. Like Booker T and Scott Steiner, that was a no-brainer with those two guys. But it was like when you started having like Sean O'Hare, Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman started building himself up. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Palumbo. Yeah, it was just like, yo, Jeff Jarrett. I mean, but
and David Flair.
You know what? That's who killed WCW. Jeff Jarrett killed WCW.
Rest in peace to David Flair, but he should never been in the ring. Period.
At all. He had his father's robe coming out like that. Didn't change nothing. He still can't wrestle.
Still can't wrestle.
Word. But anything else about Clash? Anything else about Clash of the Castle though?
I mean, outside of Cody and AJ, that CM Punk was crazy. We talked about that already though. But yeah, that was crazy. The only thing, the most shocking news is Alba Fire and them winning. I believe. I think that was the biggest.
I'm gonna be honest with you. But when CM Punk came in that ring, and he came in the ring, like when the ref came in the ring, he slid in, he started counting 3. I was like, in my mind, I was like, this is CM Punk. They turned around and CM Punk. I was like, CM Punk. I was rolling. I was laughing. It was the funniest thing to me. I was like, yo, this is hilarious. I said, I am enjoying this. And he started looking at him. He started laughing. He was like,
yeah, Scotland, that's like a middle finger in Scotland.
What, 2?
Yeah, that's like a middle finger, like disrespect or something like that.
Yes, he was like, because he counted to 2. 1, 2, and he was like, I was like, this is hilarious.
I thought Drew was gonna cry.
Yo, Drew was pissed off, man. It was the funniest thing ever. I was like, yo, this is hilarious. But I'm like, this feud is definitely gonna go to the next level. He said Booker T never got the title if it wasn't for David Arquette. Oh my God.
Yeah, because Hogan wasn't trying to drop that shit to him.
Wait, what's Booker T?
Yeah, at Bash at the Beach, Hogan wasn't trying to lose to no black dude. He said that.
When he said it?
He said that. You gotta watch this WCW thing, man.
Wait, Hogan said he's not trying to lose to a black dude.
I'm not getting pinned by that black man. That's what he said.
When he said that?
I don't know when, but I'm guessing the night of the pay-per-view.
No, as I'm saying, no, did he say it on camera?
Yes, Booker T. Go watch. Booker T even admitted it.
On a what? On the WCW documentary?
No, Booker T talks about it all the time on his podcast.
He never, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. He said,
all right, I'm gonna go look for it.
Eric Bischoff gonna tell you about it too. He said, yeah, Hogan did not want to lose to Booker T. Vince Russo said it. My fault. He said Hogan did not want to drop the title to Booker T. I think he said he'd rather drop it to Jeff Jarrett or something like that.
No, he did drop it to Jeff Jarrett.
No, he didn't. He just laid down and got pinned.
No. I'm sorry. No, Jeff Jarrett dropped it to Hogan.
Yeah, he dropped it to Hogan.
He went to the ring, laid down, the guy walked out, and he was like, "You know what? This is the same BS of why this company's going down, brother. This is the reason why this company's going down, brother."
Yeah, because they want to put the title on a black man. That's what he really wanted to say.
Man, I tell you this.
You see the new weed they got out there, and you open it, it whispers.
Listen, man. I don't think Hogan would have had a problem losing it to a black dude. Nah.
Yo, good looking, DF. I'm telling you, Ty, you got to put the pieces to the puzzle, bro. He didn't want to drop the title to Booker T. Why? Because he was black.
Not at all.
Came up. Yes, it is. Look, years later, he didn't want Brooke to be with a black man. You got to put these pieces to the puzzle.
Bro, if that's the case, then he would have never worked WrestleMania with Mr. T if he had a problem with working with black people or doing anything with black people. Mr. T. He would never worked with Mr. T.
Done anything with black people?
What are you talking about? Listen, Mr. T.
Name all Mr. T's movies.
Karl Malone, Dennis Rodman.
Karl Malone don't like black people.
Dennis Rodman.
White people love him. He dated Madonna.
A lot of excuses, Ed.
He dated Madonna.
There's a lot of black people that Hogan worked with. A lot of
Uncle Toms. Mr. T never had not one black actor in none of his movies. Yeah. Karl Malone drives 18-wheeler trucks and cowboy boots.
Dude, that is reach.
Dennis Rodman dated Madonna and Carmen Electra, man.
Yeah.
White people love him.
Wait, so I dated a white girl before. I dated a few.
White people love you.
White people love you. Got white people love black people. You got white people.
Yeah, because they date white girls.
We supposed to like each other. I don't understand what are we talking about? Listen, man, you making too many excuses about this. I'm quite sure you dated a white girl too. Did you date a white girl?
Nah, I never dated a white girl. I dated every other race, but not white. But
you never dated
Japanese, Indian. I had fellatio from a white woman, but I never been in relations with them. They took a nap in my lap, but you
never went skiing?
Nah, yeah, they went skiing.
You never went skiing?
Nah, I went skiing down their throat, but listen. I never been in a relationship. It was like 2-night stands. Maybe I see you at the bar type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Never been with a snow bunny, change your life, man.
I've been with them, but I never been like wake up next to them the next day.
She'd be like, "Come on, Anthony, let me make you some mayonnaise sandwiches." You know,
just for her calling me Anthony is crazy. Like, what?
Anthony? She ain't gonna call you Ant. She gonna call you your full government name, Anthony Jacob Cobbs. What are you doing?
Listen here, Marianne. Leave me the fuck alone.
He said, DJ Face says Booker T said on the doc that WCW wasn't giving a black man the title until David Arquette went on Nitro and said he didn't deserve the title and Booker T deserved it. Oh, wow. DJ Face says, and Arquette told Russo Booker T should be champ.
See?
Wow.
Told you.
And Nasty Leroy, a.k.a. He said, I was laughing out loud. Word. Wow.
Hogan did not want to lose to a black man. How many times his career? Listen.
Didn't mean Hogan want to lose to... No. He said, no, listen. This is what DJ Face says. Let's hear what he said.
He's the nice guy.
He said Booker T said on the documentary that WCW wasn't giving a black man...
Who was running WCW?
Title. Hogan had power. Hogan wasn't running... Well, I mean, Hogan was kind of running.
Yeah, he was running.
But he wasn't running to the degree where... he was like, "Oh, you can get that title, or you can get." He had the power where he was like, "You can't take the title off me."
Yeah, I'm not losing to no black man. Yeah.
That's the kind of power he had. You know what I'm saying?
Losing to no black man.
I mean, he has. But again, they could have put the title on Jarrett. They put the title on Steiner. They put the title on.
How many times in his career has Hogan been pinned by a black man?
Never.
That should tell you something.
How many times has Stone Cold Steve Austin been pinned by a black man?
Booker T.
Booker T never beat.
Yes, he did. He pinned Austin in the tag match,
and he won.
I don't know if he won, but he pinned him. That's all that matters.
He win.
He pinned
him. I'm talking about victories, man. Like an actual.
The Rock.
You don't think The Rock is black, so you can't count him. You don't think he's full black. When we talked about African American champions, you discounted The Rock. You said he wasn't black. I was like, he was. You was like, nah, he don't count. So I mean,
he really don't count, but
he does count. He's black. I understand.
His blood tells you that
how dark does his skin have to be black?
It doesn't matter about his skin. So you hear the way The Rock says "boy."
He says it like a black white dude,
like a slave owner.
Oh man, come on!
He sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio in Django.
Come on, man!
When he's talking about Mandingo wrestling,
man, you wouldn't rock the show with a do rag on and a blunt in his mouth.
Why not? Jay does it.
But Jay is Jay, man.
Man, Eddie Kingston is more black than Rock. Eddie Kingston comes and smoke. He smokes cigarettes.
Who? Eddie
Kingston. He be smoking Newports.
But Newports don't make you black.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't, man. DJ says watch the doc, and you can tell Booker T was saying that Hogan wasn't letting black men.
Thank you. He was just not. He couldn't say. He's not gonna say Hogan's name because he can't talk about that while being hired by WWE. He can't talk bad about Hogan.
All right, so WCW. Let's talk here, right? Let's start at this point, right? WCW was the first company to ever put a world wrestling title on a black man. Period. And I mean, 100%.
You know why they did that, though, right?
Why they do that?
Because the Jesse Jackson riots.
Oh, that's why they did it.
I believe that's why.
It could be, but nonetheless, sometimes it takes real life situations to provoke people to actually make necessary changes that they should have made a long time ago. Sometimes, a hard head makes a soft behind, right? That's always the situation, right? Even look at The Rock's title reign. Like The Rock, when he held the title, he held on to the belt for like what? Like what? He held on to the belt for like a month. Then he lost the title to what's the dude name? Mankind. And then Mankind, then he won the belt back from Mankind, and then he won the title back. So yeah. So even look at The Rock, right? He lost the belt to Mankind,
Yeah.
won the belt back from Mankind, lost the belt to Mankind, and won the belt back. Like they were flip flopping with the title. The Rock had the shortest title reigns out of any African American champion ever. He had a shorter title reign than Big E.
Big E, how long Big E's title reign lasted?
Big E title reign lasted like almost 200 something days. It was like 180 something days. Big E had the belt for a minute. He had the belt for like at least good 8 months, 6, 7, 8 months. He had it for a minute. Kofi Kingston belt. Kofi Kingston one title reign lasted more than any of The Rock's title reigns. The
It
longest
was
title
six
reign The Rock
months.
has ever had was 4 months. That's the longest title reign The Rock has ever had.
Kofi had a 6-month reign.
Well, yeah, about 6 months. About 6 months. He went from Mania all the way to from Mania to November when he lost it on that
He lost on
episode of
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was close to almost a year. Almost. I mean, I was hoping that he had it for like a year. Give him something solid. And then let him lose the belt. Especially with him being in such a faction that he was in, holding down Raw and SmackDown for WWE for like 2-3 years with the New Day. I thought they would give him a longer title reign, but whatever. But Vince had to give it to Brock as a good old boy. But all right, so DJ Faye, so he mentions that, right? Saying that, like you could feel like he was saying that in regards to Hogan. But he even went on record when they asked him about the whole situation with Hogan and the Brooks situation. And did you hear what he said about Hogan?
He likes him.
Right, but listen to what he said about Hogan.
He
Said,
can't talk bad about one of his employees.
What are you talking about? He can say whatever he want about Hogan.
Yeah,
He can
but
say
not
whatever
that
he
stuff
want.
that we saying. He can't talk like how I'm talking.
Yes, he can.
Well, maybe with Triple H there, yeah.
You said
But
what?
with Triple H in control, yeah, but not when Papa Vince was there.
He could have said it because there were wrestlers that were there that said what they said, felt what they felt about certain wrestlers. What you call it? What's that dude name? Titus O'Neil said he had some feelings about Hogan. He had some feelings about Hogan. Big E said what he said, and Big E said this before he won the world title. Won the world title.
Yeah, but that's when Hogan was in bad
Vince
with
let
them.
him win the title, huh?
Wasn't Hogan bad with them then? No, that's when he said that's when all them allegations was getting him in trouble.
Yeah, but my point is that even at that moment or at that time they could have said what they said. It don't matter. They don't care as long as you don't speak ill about the company. But the truth of the matter is, it don't really matter about if you speak ill about the company because we all know it has nothing to do about if you speak ill about the company or you speak ill about another wrestler. It's about how much power as a wrestler on your own do you have. Look at CM Punk. It's not about, it has nothing to do about um speaking ill. Look at CM Punk. CM Punk left the company, goes to AEW, trashes WWE, gets re-signed like nothing happened. Well, I'm sorry, not like nothing happened because Drew and all other superstars who didn't like him voiced their displeasure about him being resigned because of what he was saying about the company. Period. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, CM Punk is going to draw money, so they're going to sign him. Bro, you going to put butts in seats? All right. Yeah, he said what he said. Hogan said what he said, but Hogan is money. Flair said what he said. Flair's money. Flair's, helicopter Rick. He going to shake his ding-a-ling until it fall off. But they're going to put him back. If Flair going to put 100 people, going to put 1,000, 10,000 people in them seats, they're going to sign them back. DJ Faye says, Yeah, but this was after Hogan said the N word.
Yeah, but I don't know though,
But
man.
that was Triple H. Vince wasn't going to sign him back. Oh,
The castle was mid, man. I'm just, I was just, but the castle was it was good. I give it like a 7. I know it wasn't better than Raw though.
yeah, Raw's pretty dope. Yeah, let's talk about that Wyatt 6. Let's get into
Yeah,
that.
well, what I've been waiting for the longest. But you know what's crazy, right? Let me tell you something. I was looking up
Okay.
something, right? All the potential victims that were backstage,
Yeah.
they all got something in common, right?
Right. You mentioned it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I was telling you about how they all turned their back on their families or their friends or
Right. Chad
Gunther.
Gable.
Yeah,
Gunther.
Chad Gable treat Otis and them messed up. Gunther
Right.
did that to Giovanni. Carmelo turned his back on Trick.
So wait, so Gunther was among all those people that was on the floor?
Yeah, it looked like Gunther. They didn't confirm it yet.
I was trying to get pictures. I seen Mello. I didn't know if that was Mello or not. I seen the braids, but I was like, is that Mello?
Yeah, I don't think that was Mello.
Yeah. But that was definitely Chad. That was
Yeah, that was
Chad.
that was definitely. I thought one of them people was Triple H. I'm not gonna lie, the bald dude with the beard.
Yeah.
But Triple H don't got a tattoo on his arm. I don't think on his bicep.
I would think Triple H would have a suit on.
I think that was Braun Strowman laid out like that.
Mm. It would have dope. It would have been dope if Braun would have joined them. Who's that guy that's part of the 6?
Joe Gacy.
Who's that?
From NXT, the crazy dude I used to tell you about, the one that I used to be like, yo, he's the next Bray Wyatt. And then that's Dexter Lumis, the other guy.
I was happy when I seen
Dexter
Dexter
Lumis
Lumis.
finally got something to do, right?
Word, is that? Word. When I seen Dexter, I seen Alexa, I seen Nikki. Nikki was
Well, they saying Alexa not coming
Alexa,
in
of
yet.
course.
I don't know if they wrote her out. I think Nikki gonna be the only girl. I don't know. I think the 6th one is a toss-up between Alexa and Braun.
But they said it's supposed to be the 6th. Alexa and Braun?
I think it's a toss-up between them because they both got history with Bray.
Mm.
But I could see them feuding with Braun for him
But
not joining.
But why Gacy though?
Because he got Joe Gacy got. You got to watch him on NXT, yo. He got that same type of psychotic, demonic. He got like a Joker type vibe to him. Like
it would have been better for them in like Braun and Alexa, like all the people who actually have history.
Yeah.
Besides,
I think this is what Bray wanted before he died, though. They had to get the approval from JoJo too.
Oh, his wife.
They had to get approval from her. They had to let her grieve, and she didn't want to. That's what took so long for the Y6 to be out, really, like that.
Because of her approval.
They got the approval from her.
DJ Face says, but that was Triple H. Wait, he said, but that was Triple H. Vince wasn't going to sign him back. Oh, talking about CM Punk. Flair can't pack people into
Shout out to Wrestler Suit. It wasn't Mello or Strowman. Yeah, it looked like Strowman though. I knew that wasn't Mello because the way the braids was in the circle.
He said,
"She's not here to wrestle. All right, it's gonna be Alexa then. That's what's up." So they probably gonna have Alexa and Nikki be the women's tag team champions.
Yeah.
Dexter and they're gonna be on all the shows too.
That's how they're gonna market them.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be on all the shows. They're gonna be on all the shows.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
They both will be on SmackDown this Friday.
For real?
Yeah, I think they announced them for Smack. I could be wrong, but I know Cody. Oh no, who's announced for SmackDown this Friday? CM Punk and I think the Y6 too.
They said that Kofi Kingston is they said Kofi and they said a New Day is good or something like that. Like they get a pass. Like they won't be they're untouched. They won't be touched. They're safe.
Yeah,
they're safe. That's what I meant to say. They're safe.
They're next.
Who, the New Day?
Yeah. They gonna run through that whole roster of the Y6, bro. Every week is gonna look like that end of Raw. Not like how it did the first time. They didn't do that every week.
Yeah,
right. That was crazy.
It would. But how's this gonna work into a storyline though?
I don't know. I think they're gonna come for their Fireflies first from Jay. Give me that. Yeah. Give me those Fireflies. And then they just gonna go after everybody that don't treat people right. I think they going after everybody that's turned their back on their families.
What about?
They definitely coming for Gunther and Imperium.
But what about So Bo Dallas. What about Bo Dallas? Like, let's talk about Bo. Let's talk about Bo Dallas being
The leader,
no, not the leader. Being
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy. Yeah, like
Yo, he tapped into that, bro. He got a
yeah.
walk down pack.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
The
Like when
voice
that thing,
change.
when they started showing that vignette, well, not the vignette, but they started when it wasn't a vignette because it was live. But when they started going into it, I was like, "Yo, this is fire. I like this."
When he walked to the when he walked out of the
yeah. I was like, "Yo," I started getting, I started, you know, I got a little emotional. I was like, "Yo, this is wow." So this is why I said, man, I was like, "Yo, we are in the Triple H era. We cannot take this era for granted." I'm telling y'all, yo, all that BS we have for the last 15, 20 years with Vince doing all that foolery. I'm telling y'all, every champion or every person that we see, or we're like, yo, he should be in that spot, or he should, all that stuff everything is going to play out right. And, God forbid until Triple H moves out of that position and we get some other Joe Schmo that gets into the place, and hopefully, God forbid, like hopefully he don't do it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But Triple H is going to do everything right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to do everything. I don't, there's always going to be some some things that we feel like, he shouldn't have done. Yeah. But in hindsight, or not even hindsight, just in storyline and how everything is being built, everything is going to be done right.
And don't be surprised if they come for Randy too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I feel like
down Sister Abigail's house.
Yeah, but I feel like they're gonna really if Vince was in charge, this would have never played out right.
Oh yeah, this would have been crazy.
It probably would have started out right, but then it would have just been like, yo, why are we doing that though? Like why did you he would just
Vince would have had them feuding with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, he probably would have. Y6 messing up Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I can see that happening too.
Yeah, you guys ever visit the website for the WYATT stuff?
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird and dark.
Oh, it's like really encrypted.
It's always a message. It's a message with everything. You gotta think like, damn, what does that mean? Like they was warning Chad Gable. If you pay attention to the crypt, they've been warning him.
Oh, so I think more so. Okay, so it's more so like
they had his initials writing in their logo. His initials is in their logo. If he's doing in CG.
Oh, so it's more so of them. So it's like what you said. It's more some them targeting people who turn their backs on their families or turn their backs on their factions or have this.
Mm-hmm. Randy should be on that list.
That could be the whole reason why they're doing the whole thing with Kofi and Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
So Xavier probably might.
Yeah, you see how he was looking at Kofi on Raw? Kofi was talking. Was talking. He talking. Xavier looking at him like, damn, you never let me talk. Like that's how he was looking at him like, damn, you speaking for me? Kofi took it like, yeah, I'm taking the match. Because Karrion challenged either one of them, but he was like, I know it's gonna be you, Kofi. I know you're gonna. And then it ended up being Kofi. Kofi's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. You want to say my name? And Xavier's in the background, like with his head down, like.
Oh, how they play? But that's far from the truth. But because Xavier talks more than Kofi does, way more. He talks way more than Kofi does. Like if you ever watch any of their like interviews, Xavier always talks more than Kofi. Like he initiates it, and Kofi spits his little lines, but Kofi's usually chill. But Xavier usually is the one who like tries to. But Kofi always stood back to try to let Xavier get that shine that he was trying to get. But WWE never pushed for it.
Yo, imagine if they did do that though and just gave Howdy the briefcase.
Nah, man. And
he cashed it on Cody, I hope.
He don't need it.
For Cody turning his back on his family.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now.
They definitely coming for Cody for turning his back on the Young Bucks and all of them. I'm telling you.
Nah, I ain't worried about that, man. That's AEW business.
That's his family though. The
He
elite
said
was his family.
DJ
The
Face
Bullet
says
Club.
he said, I feel how they how the lights went out. And that they take shit
Yeah. You
up
noticed that on Raw? That was the
like,
last thing that went off, right, Si? Whenever
nah.
the lights went off, the Money in the Bank thing was shining like right there. Like you gotta, the message was there though. They left that one light on the briefcase. I don't know if that was an error, but I just pay attention. The Phase be paying attention to shit like that too.
So you think they're gonna invade the match?
Yeah,
I mean, because they ain't gonna be involved.
yeah.
I mean, nobody's gonna be. Uncle Howdy's not gonna be involved in the match.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So I mean, involved, but I mean, if they involved, then what does that mean for the match itself?
Yeah, I think Chad definitely will be in there. You think Chad gonna beat? Yeah, he gonna beat Braun and Bronson Reed. Yeah, I can see that
Nah,
happening.
is it Chad going to be in the Money in the Bank, and YSC's going to interfere?
I can see that. Or I can
That
see him
makes sense.
beating Braun next week and well, if he's alive, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Out of everybody, out of those three contenders, I thought about it. Chad would be the one. Chad should be the one to win. It makes sense for the match. But who do y'all think is going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, though?
I don't know. I gotta wait and see who they're gonna put the other five guys. You know who I'm gonna say?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh God! Don't put that dude in that match. Oh God!
And then only way I can see him to not winning is Logan. Logan gonna come out and hit him with some brass knuckles while he's reaching for the title. I see Logan coming out there and boom,
In my
brass
opinion,
knuckles.
they should not put LA Knight in that match. This is what they should do. If they're going to give something to LA Knight, just give it to him. And it's, for certain people, it's like these are my three prospects, right? LA Knight, Gunther, and Jay, right? Those three people, right? My thing is this, right? If you're gonna give something to them, it would be Money in the Bank, it would be Royal Rumble, it would be a WrestleMania match, Elimination Chamber match, or something like that. So with LA Knight, it's like he's already over. Give him Money in the Bank. You don't think it'll be too soon for him to win Money in the Bank and then cash in?
Who? LA Knight?
Yeah.
He's 44 years old.
Dude, Jay Uso been on the roster for 10 years. You
Man,
said it was too soon for him. You said it was too soon for LA Knight. He was on a roster for like 10 to 15 years, probably longer than that, 17 years.
it's never too soon for LA Knight. I mean, nah. I would like to see Jay do it, man.
No, so my question, no. I mean, now I'm not trying to like. So, okay, so this is the thing, right? All right, so we about to wrap up soon, but this is the question, right? All right, now I understand what you mean by it's too soon because it's almost like you feel like this person needs a little bit more time to develop their character, or not the time. It's not even about developing their character. It's almost like it got to be it got to feel right.
Yeah, it gotta feel right. I mean, I would like it gotta feel right for Jay. I mean, right now is the time for Jay. But they making it too predictable. Like they making the Yeet briefcase already and stuff. You see the promo, you see the picture for Money in the Bank, right?
Nah.
It's Jay on there and it says the Yeet case.
On the promotion?
Yeah.
For you mean for the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Oh, so that means he might not
They
win.
got Jay holding in it. It don't say Money in the Bank. It say Yeet in the Bank.
Nah, man. See, stuff like that is like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, are they trying to say that's how I know he's not gonna win?
Yeah, that right there. Because remember, like, just because
Too
you see a person
predictable.
on a poster, it didn't mean that they were going to win. It just mean that they were just a poster child for that pay-per-view. Didn't mean they
Yeah.
were. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Some people was predictable. Some people it was like predictable, like Hogan, Roman Reigns, John Cena, freaking, you know what I'm saying? Like some guys you see them on a poster and they the poster child for that pay-per-view, 8 times out of 10 they gonna win.
Hell yeah, especially Hogan and Cena.
Yeah. Hogan, Cena, Roman Reigns, they were winning. They're winning. Like ain't no debate. All right, we about to wrap up, but But yeah, I done
Before we
heard.
leave though, what you think? What you think about it? So I just want to hear what you got to think about the Y6. Like, are you here for it? Because I'll be on Twitter a lot, bro. And a lot of people are shitting on this idea already. A lot of
Already?
people feel like people's using Bray Wyatt's name just to get a bag.
Oh my god. It's his brother. Bro, how yo, it's his brother.
That's what
Who
they're saying
better?
on X. Like my man Sloan, when he was in here, he didn't say that, but he was just like, he just don't feel like he's not here for it. He's not into the dark. He's just not here for it. He just wants them to do the right thing, basically.
Who?
My
Um
my man Sloan that was here, he didn't say that, but other people on Twitter, they was just like, oh, they just using Bray Wyatt's name.
here's the
Like
thing.
Sloan, I understand his reasons. I know
Yeah.
Sloan, I understand my guy Sloan's reason. He's like, they took too long, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you right.
Right. So no, okay, so this is my opinion, right? They did take a long time to execute the whole Wyatt Six situation. They did, but that was not the fault of Triple H, who's now behind the creative. The person who's behind the creative at the time was Vince McMahon. We all seen how it took damn near 2 years just to get creative out of the hands of Vince McMahon. They had to pry it out of Vince McMahon's, you know, guilty, perverted hands. Like they had to go through so much, they had to go through so much litigation and so much, so much stuff in order to get, the creative out of his possession in order for Triple H and those who are part of creative or the creative team to have the control that they need in order to make the product a better product, right? So that's
Yeah,
number one. Number two, people always, you have people who mourn the loss of somebody, and when somebody they die, they pass on. Um, it's always a bittersweet thing because you got one crowd like, yo, this person's legacy need to live on. If this person was alive or if this person was talking, they would want their legacy to live on through somebody or through something. They don't want to be forgotten, right?
yeah,
But then you got other people who try to speak for other people and say, well, you're just trying to use his name for fame, or they're just trying to use his legacy or what he did in order to make money, in order to get something financially off of it. The truth of the
hmm
matter is the truth of the matter is this. The truth of the matter is this. If a person was alive and they were famous, they were making money, right? If they die and somebody promotes their name, they're still going to make money because that's their legacy. Their legacy, that's what part of the legacy is. A legacy is a lineage or something you build in order to last years. A lineage. You want that. A part of a legacy is so that whoever is connected to your legacy can benefit from your name. That's part of the legacy. So when people say stuff like that, it's just that I feel like sometimes people don't understand legacy, and then sometimes people are just protective of that person that they love or that character that they like, that they don't want to see be used or manipulated or be controlled or have somebody try to, like, just, because you do have people who are just low down and, scandalous, and they'll just use that name sake to make money off that person, and that's solely for that. But the truth of
yeah,
the matter is it's better to have a name that makes money than a name that don't make money at all. And you're not going to always catch all the people that's not, that's doing the wrong thing, or people that's doing the right thing. You're not going to catch all the good and bad people. That's just the facts, because you're going to have good people in this world, you have bad people in this world.
yeah. Let the legacy live on. We don't know if Bray family need money or anything.
Right. I'm
Yeah, all
sorry,
the
my bad.
proceeds is going to JoJo. So
Yeah, right, exactly. So, and that's the thing. And then the funny thing about it, the crazy thing about it, like, bro, that's Bo Dallas. It's his brother. I'm gonna tell you right now, and you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you right now,
I'm
like,
sure his pops had something to do with the green light too. I'm sure his pops.
absolutely. If I like if I was doing rap, like if I was doing rap music, right, whatever, right, and me and my brother, we used to rap, whatever, we do music, whatever, right, and say I became famous and my brother became known too as a rapper, but I'm more famous than he is, whatever,
Hmm.
and me and my brother's having this kind of conversation, I would tell my brother, I was like, listen, if I ever die, and God forbid something happened to me, and I want you to keep my name on. I want you to I want you to keep my name going. If you can, you know what I'm saying? I want you to rap my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, you know what I'm saying? I would want him to do that. And then my brother would do the same thing, vice versa. Because I know my brother was a rapper and he was famous, you know what I'm saying? And he was like well known. I would do the same thing for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my brother. And
Yeah,
that's a part of me. That's a piece of me. So that's his brother. His brother is playing a character that Bray Wyatt made the character for his brother. He
yeah,
made the character for his brother because his brother at the time wasn't getting no shine on the main roster.
that's a
So
fact.
what better way than to give his brother shine? Then he created he created his whole show. And when you think about it, it was a genius idea. Like he created the Fiend, you know what I'm saying? Created the whole show. Then from the show, he made these characters. After making these characters, said, "I'm gonna make these characters real people." And then, but you know what? The person who's behind making these characters or controlling these characters is Uncle Howdy, and Uncle Howdy is going to be my brother, who didn't get no shine on the roster, who's a talented wrestler, who's great on the mic. Give him a character, he becomes Uncle Howdy, and now the family wins. So I'm winning and my brother winning. But the thing about it is now that Bray Wyatt's gone, you know what I'm saying, which is a sad situation, his brother can carry on his legacy. So for people to say what they're saying is just like, really? This is his blood brother.
Yeah,
So it goes to show you sometimes, people don't sit there and they don't really think about, they don't really they don't probably I'm sorry, properly assess the situation and really think like, that is his brother. He did create the character for his brother. His brother's keeping his legacy going on. So it's kind of weird, man. Like for people to even say something like that, in my opinion.
yeah. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it. Maybe next week I could get. I want to hear what Man got to say about it. If he can join us, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. When Maine come on next week, we're gonna
Yo,
definitely.
FaZe, you got to come on the show again one day, FaZe, for real, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Did Face come on before?
Yeah, with me on Thursday, he did the AEW when I used to do the AEW specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, he he
Face, yeah,
hosted
definitely.
it.
Yeah, man. Whenever you're ready, man, come on, man. Join us so we can talk this talk, man. But it's
And I'm
11.
sorry, y'all. Next week I'll start talking about AEW again. I know a lot of y'all wanted to hear what I got to think about Forbidden Door. But
So yeah,
this
yo,
Uncle Howdy stuff was just bigger than everything right now.
yeah. So before we leave, I'm glad they changed Uncle Howdy beard to black and not the gray. Yo, so question, yo. So I was reading the article. I didn't get to finish the article, but yeah, most definitely, yeah, definitely. Let us know, Face. Yo, so Hangman. They said Hangman hasn't been on TV since
Almost a year, brother.
nah, it was a triple threat match.
It feel like it's been like a year since I've seen Hangman.
Yeah. But is he supposed to be coming back?
Well, they announced Blood and Guts, so
Was it tonight?
everybody's hurt. I don't know who else they're gonna get to replace Team
Was
AEW.
Hangman injured?
No, like everybody that's part of their feud is injured right now.
Hmm.
Dax Harwood just got hurt. Kenny's hurt. Darby's hurt again. Eddie Kingston broke his leg.
Wow.
So I don't know what five they're gonna have challenge the Bucks.
But then
I think Hangman's joining the Bucks.
Then Eddie Kingston had 2 titles?
Yeah, he lost both of those.
Oh, okay. Before he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know. I still think when Hangman comes back, he's gonna side with the Bucks because of Swerve. I can't see him and Swerve putting that. That would be the corniest shit ever for him and Swerve to put their after what they did to each other, bro.
Yeah, him and the Bucks got history. Like
yeah, him and the
history.
Bucks got history. They always get beef. They always make up. They always
So
but him and Swerve putting all that, they just tried to kill each other a couple months ago.
They did. But hold on a second. So because I like when I watched I watched the last one. The one that come on Saturday.
Oh, Collision.
I don't know. Was it Collision or the one
that
come
on
Saturday?
Rampage come on Friday.
What night was it that Pac had the match against Jay Lethal?
Saturday. Most likely Saturday. Pac wrestles on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Okay, so it's Saturday. Yeah, he had a match against Jay Lethal. That was a pretty dope match. Jay Lethal thought he was going to run through him real
That's
quick.
the night when old boy went in on Daniel Bryan. I don't know if you heard him on the commentary when he's like Daniel Bryanson. He gives up on everything. They said he used to be. He said yo he was once vegan, but he couldn't stop eating brie.
Yo, wow, wow, that's funny.
They said yo he quits everything he starts.
But okay, so yeah, what was I gonna ask? Dang, just lost the thought. Yeah, right. So they're supposed to be having like a match at Blood and Guts, like Survivor Series, right?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do a War Games type
like
match.
War Game. Yeah, right. And Swerve didn't join the Bucks. He didn't want to join the Bucks, so the Bucks asked to join him.
Nope.
So Hangman might be that person.
I think Hangman gonna be the fifth person. I think Kenny will be back by Blood and Guts. I think it's gonna be Kenny, Kota Ibushi, Swerve, probably. I don't know, bro. Darby probably be back then. That's the fourth, and probably the Cash Wheeler from FTR.
Okay.
Or Daniel Bryant, probably. I don't know.
Not Daniel. Please, not Daniel. Not Daniel. Not Daniel. You know what? How you feel about Daniel is slightly how you feel about Brett is slightly how I feel about Daniel, but not as much, not as deep. I don't hate Daniel. I have a respect for Daniel, but I don't like Daniel as much as people love Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's kind of, but anyway, I don't want to do that. But his name is Nigel. Who's Nigel?
Nigel McGuinness. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, Nigel McGuinness. He's a former wrestler, but he does commentary.
Oh, that's what that went in on.
He be going in on Daniel Bryanson every time. He hates Daniel Bryanson, bro. He hates him.
So real quick before we leave, I'm sorry. I'm my bad. I ain't trying to hold you up. Last thing. So Jey Uso, you think he gonna win?
I hope so. I want him to.
Yeah, I want
for the culture. For the culture, man. We need it. Get out of Roman's shadow.
Well, you got whatchamacallit. Yeah, right, exactly. But you got whatchamacallit. You got you got your boy, man, the bisexual machismo.
Yeah. No, his title reign about to end.
Yeah, I hope so. But all right, so
about to end soon. It was a good run. He's gonna beat Seth Rollins. He's gonna beat Gunther. He already beat Jay. It's gonna be a nice little lineup, man.
Yo, you know what?
It's a nice little lineup, man. I can't be mad at that.
I'm thinking about two things, right? Two things. Jay wins the briefcase.
Yeah.
He cashes in on either the bloodline or he cashes in on Drew McIntyre.
Imagine he wins the briefcase and handed it to Roman.
Hell no. Hell no. Yo, if they ever did anything like that, I have all the respect. Everything that went into loving, supporting that whole bloodline story would go straight down the toilet. The truth of the matter is this, and it's the truth, though. This is the truth about Jey Uso's character. He needs money in the bank, and he needs a big title win. Because you know why? It will be the biggest payoff to his betrayal or his leaving or him going on his own or selling into the sunset for that character. That's the reason why I always said what I said about this character. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. It's the biggest payoff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it won't make any sense for him to go through all of that, or for some of them, or for the whole bloodline to go through all of that and nobody come out of it. Like, think about it, right? Remember when Triple H kicked out Randy Orton from Evolution? Right. It was a good reason why he kicked him out, because he was jealous that he won the world title. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have to wait go through like a whole big drawn out storyline to win the world title after he separated from Evolution, because he was already a world champion, which got him kicked out. So we have to worry about that. And then we was able to wait a few years later for him to win another world championship, which is like 3 years after, like 2 years or 3 years after the fact. Right. But with Batista, it made sense for Batista to go through that whole long drawn out story to face Triple H at WrestleMania for that world title, to break away and go on his own. You know what I'm saying? So for Jay, it's the same thing. It's like, yo, dude, like, we need a payoff. We need a payoff for Jay. So, but anyway, but yeah, let me get going. So, I want to thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. We thank you guys for joining us. You can catch us live as we go live every time on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You see how it says down there? It says like, subscribe, and share. Share it. You know what I'm saying? So your little wrestling buddies can jump on. Let me not say little because they are grown men, but all your women, all your older wrestling fans can join the discussion. Drop some comments, comment section below. I'm a little stuffy because I'm getting over, a cold that I got from eating from American Top Deli because people don't like.
What time we going live next week? 9:15 Tuesday.
Next week, yeah, same time as usual, 9:15.
Don't worry, y'all have more AEW news for y'all next week. As long as this Uncle Howdy shit don't take up all the timeline. So the way it's looking, WYATT 6 is going to be the most popular thing for the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, hopefully they book it right. I mean, they're going to book it right. But yeah,
we just don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I think next week we should guess what fuse is going to be next for them. We should do that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, because I definitely want to know. I'm just curious on how and wrap my head around how they're going to fit everything in here because they have a lot of strong. One thing I'm noticing, or one thing I'm seeing, they have a lot of strong characters. Like the way Triple H is building his roster is very strong. He has a very strong roster. He's building it very strong, which is always good because remember in NXT, when they had a strong roster, we had great matches, great feuds. And it was just like, yo, there was so many people he could have put the title on. And that's what made it good. It was just like, it was so many great people to choose from that you could like. You know what I'm saying? And when you got stuff like that, you always got a great TV. But yeah, anyways, we thank you guys for joining us. I'm signing off. I'm your host, Raheem the Dream. And a big bad booty, daddy.
You already know.
Yes, sir. And we see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.